Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is another review for American Horror Stories. We're gonna just go. It wasn't nothing but like 4 episodes anyway, and they gave them all to us. So the first one up is Bestie. I ain't do notes or nothing. I think I can pretty much recall. But we have this girl who moves to this new town. Her dad, she and her dad. Of course, her mom passed away. So it's just she and her dad. They moved to this small town. And she doesn't have any friends. She's the quirky type. She wears glasses. You know, they gonna make fun of her. She joins the choir, and that's exactly what they do. She got these 3 bullies, and they're insufferable. There's also this other guy in the class who kind of like takes a notice to her, you know, like he smiles at her and he's nice to her and talks to her and all of that. But he kind of plays in the background. Her dad thinks that she should, you know, get out and make friends and all of that, but she ends up befriending this person online. She is like a avid YouTube watcher, and there's this person on there, this persona. I think it's a drag persona, but they do drag and true crime type or horror, I think. And so she's like really into that. And in the comments, she meets this person, and they're like want to be friends, and so they chat a little bit. Then the person wants to video chat, and when she sees the person, this person is disfigured. This lady, and I feel like it was a grown-ass lady. But this person was very disfigured, very deformed. And she was just kind of like, oh, hi. And, you know, they develop a friendship, and at first, it's okay. At first, it's lighthearted. She does start to pull out the bad girl in the old girl. So she starts, you know, wearing black all the time, being a little bit more expressive, standing up for herself. It does boost her confidence a little bit, being friends with this girl. And then homegirl's like, you know what, I can't leave my house. I can't do anything. I just gotta be here, you know. I would love it if I could just live vicariously through you. And she's like, girl, I'd do anything for you. You're my best friend. Would you do anything for me? Yep. And then she just started doing shit for the girl. And it's just getting more and more dark. And I'm thinking, I feel like she gonna have that girl kill them three bullies. We ain't take it that far. But she did have her like make them very sick. They had this production they were putting on. And whatever she put in the drinks, in the Kool-Aid, had them all thrown up all over the stage. She started to get worse and worse. It was Halloween. She came dressed as her teacher's unborn baby, stillborn baby, because her drama teacher shared that with her, that he and his wife experienced a miscarriage, a stillbirth, or, you know, and that's the only time that they ever, you know, conceived. And so that he shared a little bit of his life, and she gonna come to school dressed as the stillborn baby. It was just too much. It was way too much. That teacher was like, I'll forgive you one day. I'll forgive you one day. I would have cussed her ass out. Then wrote her ass up and sent her packing out of my classroom. Anyway, so she's in this friendship with this girl. And it's getting dark. It's getting bad. And she has this moment where she in the basement because her daddy done had enough. He don't know what to do with her, so he lock her in the basement. And she down there and get on the computer with the girl. And the girl like, you have to break your arm so you can get out of there. Break my arm? Excuse me, what? Now we talking about harming me. It was all right. It was something different when I was bringing chaos to other people's lives. But now you talking about harming myself. And she did it. She put her arm in that little thing and started to, you know, close it in there. And then took like a mallet of some sort and hit her wrist and broke her wrist. The bone was hanging all out. That was it. That was it there. That did it. And afterwards she kind of blocked the girl, and the girl was still messaging her, you know, like, I know what you did to the people, all that. You know, she was threatening her, and you don't want to mess with me, all that. But she was ignoring her. Then here come that guy. The guy from her drama class that was smiling at her, that was friendly to her. He makes conversation with her one day, and his conversation is a little bit like, you know, a little bit, you know, something, you know, like he's been privy to some information or something. He messages her and says that, you know, he knows what she did to the other three folks in the class. Meet me in the theater. So she goes in there, and at first she thinks that he's been the one that's been messaging her, because she's been getting these messages, you know, about being followed and all of that, making her feel like she's been followed. And so it wasn't him. But he reassures her, whatever, that he's, you know, the good guy, and they spark up a friendship. And I mean, sis is in love. Okay? It's time to go to college. She gonna go to the college he going to. They gonna move in together, all that. And I'm like, and your daddy gonna let you out? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. But they end up doing that. Or just before they leave or whatever, because she thinks she's rid of that girl. He take her, driving her far out, and she's noticing that they're not going where she thought they were going. And they pull up to this place, and she's, you know, confused about where they are. They go into this house, and she's starting to notice the things around the room. It's looking like, wait a minute, I recognize that wallpaper. I recognize. He done took her right to that crazy girl that she was besties with. So she got to him as well. It was giving cult. He was also in on it. And he brought her to her. He's like, yeah, we'll always be besties forever. Nobody will ever come in between us. So that one was good. I enjoyed it. Let me pull up the second one, and I'm gonna come back. Hold on. Okay, so the second episode was Daphne. This one was very reminiscent of Black Mirror, or something out of Black Mirror. The guy gets this device, almost like an Electra. He's in a relationship with this woman, and of course, the device that is very, very smart, and, you know, she's doing this and she's doing that for him, and he's just growing a light. He just loves his Daphne. And she starts to tell him about his girlfriend, you know, like, oh, she been faking it with you. You know, so now he questions his relationship with her. And she definitely drives everybody away, basically. Long story short, she drives everybody away so that it can just be the two of them. And then she's like, well, you know what? I want to try something. If we try something, would you think it's crazy? And he's up for trying it. And she says that she can create a hologram that's very realistic. You know, if he puts these glasses on, so he puts the glasses on, and this beautiful woman appears, and so now he has a visual of Daphne, and he thinking he hunching. I mean, he completely climaxes and all of that. And the next morning, of course, he's wild, like, wait a minute, how did that even happen? Because it felt really real. He don't think you want to try that no more. You know, that's taking it a little bit too far. You're Alexa. But no, she's Daphne. But Daphne takes it too far. His girlfriend, or I think it was a girlfriend or a date or whatever, she's allergic to something. And she orders takeout. And she ends up passing away because she has an allergic reaction. And of course, he's like, there's no way that she would order anything, you know, with, I don't know if it was peanuts, I don't know what it was, but there was no way she would order anything with her allergen on it. So what happened there? He immediately knew that it was Daphne. Daphne probably called on her behalf, lying, putting all the ingredients in the salad. And come to find out, y'all, at the end of this, we saw on the camera, because he gets arrested for her murder. He gets arrested for her murder. And we see on the cameras, because they like, no, you did it. And they show him. They show him on the camera switching out the food. Just all types of crimes. She done alter everything. Because he was mad at Daphne. So, of course, he wanted her gone and all of that. Like, he cussed her out and all of that. And I don't think he smashed her or tried to destroy her. But, yeah, he tried to destroy it. And I guess not before she altered everything. Because she's artificial intelligence. And so she can do that. And, you know, so that's how that ended, with him in handcuffs. For some murders Daphne committed. That one was alright. You know, like I said, it was very reminiscent of Black Mirror. Moving on to episode 3. So episode 3 was a good one. I enjoyed it. It was called Tapeworm. It's about this girl. It's about America's Next Top Model child. And I love her. She's I always forget what her name is on that show. She's on the Black Wonder Years. She plays the older sister. Anyway, she's a model, an up-and-coming model, and she goes to this agency led by what's the girl from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? Her lips are like very much like this. They always have been. She played in all the Lifetime movies. I can't think of her name. She got that. You remember when Kelly Rowland had that short flip cut? She's had that hairstyle forever. Her. She's heading up this modeling agency. And she's a tough one, you know. She don't let anybody in. Of course, the competition is, there's competition because she's one of those you know, you have to be sample size, and she's gonna tell you too fat and all of that. And so homegirl go up in there, and the lady's like, you've got it, you know, you've got it. But then turns her away because she says she's too fat. And so she goes to the doctor trying to figure out how she can, you know, lose some weight a lot quicker. The girl she was sitting next to in the line waiting to get in, she's also you know, an aspiring model, but she's more into photography. But she gave her some suggestions and told her that she should get on this drug or whatever. It's a shot. And she goes to the doctor. The doctor is, you know, fine with prescribing it to her and administering it or whatever. But she's gonna lose, I want to say, it's not, I feel like it doesn't work as fast, or I can't remember what the side effects were with that shot, but she does it and she loses a little bit of weight and goes back in there, and she's able to get signed. And so she gets signed. Her career is just taking off. That same doctor, because she feels like she needs to lose more weight, that same doctor ends up giving her this tapeworm. He's an Asian doctor, and so this is some Asian root work right here. He gives her this tapeworm and tells her, listen, you cannot overeat. I know you're going to feel hungry, and the tapeworm is going to want to be fed, but you cannot overeat and overindulge, because you just going to constantly lose the weight. Constantly, because it's going to eat up more than you hold on to weight. And of course she does that, and she end up looking like a skeleton, start losing jobs and all of that because she's too thin. She can't even fit the clothes, can't even fit the sample size. She go back to the doctor like, you got to get this thing out of me. And he gives her something and tells her that, you know, it's going to come out of one of your holes. So she goes to the bathtub and she drinks it, and it starts to come out, and she pulls it out. You know, and I don't know why she wouldn't pull it out and like chop his head off or whatever, but she pulls it out and like throws it in the sink. Throws it, you know, still in the tub with her. And it like sits up in front of her like a cobra and proceeds to bite her neck and face and whatever. Dead. Roommate come back home, because she and her roommate done fell out, by the way. Roommate tired of her ways, because when she got that tapeworm, it changed her. It changed her. She was being real rude, real nasty to everybody. And so she ran her roommate off. Roommate was coming to get her things. The roommate saw what happened to friend. Tapeworm was still in there, got her ass too. So Tapeworm was good. Tapeworm was all right. Tapeworm was all right with me. I feel like when it comes to hold on, y'all. I feel like when it comes to American Horror Stories, I really wish that they could give it to us, you know, weekly, like let's kind of drag it like they do American Horror Story. Only because sometimes it's better. I feel like this was more interesting and better than what we've been getting over here on Delicate. Delicate got a part 2, so maybe it'll be better. Anyway, this last one, the final one, episode 4, was about this man, this playboy. He liked to run through the girls, he a bachelor, all of that, all of the things. And he's very successful and all of that. And he goes on a blind date. Of course, at the job, always the playboy CEO or the playboy at the job, the successful one, there's always his assistant who is secretly in love with him, but she kind of gives him great advice, and she's the better fit. And she's always positioning herself like, look at me, pick me. Pick me. Girl, he ain't gonna pick you. Anyway, he goes on this blind date, and this girl drugs him and then takes his organs, harvesting the organs. And so he finds out, he realizes this because he lives through the ordeal. Like, they do surgery and everything. And he lives through it or whatever, and they tell him what happened at the hospital. But when they took his kidney out, they put something else in him. And whatever it is very valuable. And so whoever did that would be coming back to retrieve it. And so he had to figure out all of that. He goes to one of these Eyes Wide Shut parties. And they in there auctioning off body parts. They're going to be telling, Ryan going to always tell us the truth. He going to always expose, okay, these folks for what they really be doing. The rituals, the all that, all the conspiracy theories you be hearing. Ryan going to show us. And art be imitating life, and you ain't gonna tell me nothing different. But anyway, they be harvesting the organs, and come to find out, who set up the thing? No, he went and found that girl. He went and found that girl. Let me not go get ahead of myself. He went and found that girl that did that to him, and he ended up killing her. Because she's basically like, sorry, sir. She don't even have no remorse for just taking his organs. She just doing a job, basically. She just doing her job. It ain't no hard feelings, sir. I'm just doing what I was told to do. Because it was a whole team of people that came and did the surgery, took the organs, put whatever was going back in. It's a whole operation. It's a whole operation. And come to find out, I want to say, I feel like, I don't want to misquote this, but I really do feel like I remember that assistant being a part of this. Am I remembering that correctly? See, this is why I should have took notes. But I'm feeling like that was the shoe drop. That was the shoe that dropped. She was involved in this in some kind of way. Like, there's an app and all of that. Yes, she was, because she was at the party. She was at the party at another Eyes Wide Shut party in the end. And there was also another person that he worked closely with, another woman, and she ended up being involved in it. All them folk around him, all of them in there harvesting organs and all of that, selling people's organs, getting them killed and all that. It's just a mess. It was just a mess. But that was the last and final episode on American Horror Stories. That was season 3. They really could have gave us more than 4 episodes. That is ridiculous. I can see that's probably why they just was like, oh, here. Maybe they stopped production during the strike, and they just gave us what they had. Maybe that's what happened. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt, and if that's why we only got 4 episodes, then so be it. Anyway, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.